not even functioning.
All right, man. Y'all, welcome to another edition of the Elite Mancast, man. Every Wednesday at 8:30, man, we talk about different topics. That's self-development topics, that's awareness topics, that's bringing awareness to certain situations, man. But tonight, man, we have a great topic because it's not talked about a lot, and a lot of men go through it, man. And we just like to bring awareness to things that men go through that a lot of people don't understand we're going through. Because at the same time, we are out here in the forefront. We are out here taking care of families. We are out here making sure that things are in order. But a lot of people don't understand because we have to stand strong. But tonight, man, we're talking about depression in men. And a lot of men are committing suicide in the Black communities that it's not talked about a lot, but it's happening a lot. So we really need to start paying attention and becoming more aware of what's going on in our community with our men, making sure that, ladies, make sure your man is all right. Make sure your man, ask him how he's feeling. Even your sons, ask your sons how they feeling. Ask your kids, man, because a lot of times we are getting depressed. We are here depressed because things aren't being handled in a manly manner because we don't have a lot of men to depend on. So once you see the mood swing, you see aggravation, you see anger, you see things like that, that means that child may be going through a depression. And then it might be your mate. They might be going through a depression. So we do have to pay attention to these type of things in the household because all we already know, patterns become habits, habits become character, man. And we don't want your character to be spoiled. We don't want, as a man, we don't want your character to be, thrown around like it's nothing because they don't look at you as nothing because you can't hold it together with this depression thing that you might have going on. So, man, tonight we're talking about depression, man. This is we want y'all to go to YouTube, subscribe, like, and share, man, and tell a friend to tell a friend, man, and tag somebody that you might think that's going through a depression as a man who might be needing that help. So, hey, man, y'all know we got the panel tonight. We got Mr. Prozac himself coming live from depression. We got Coach and we got Mike, man. Y'all. Oh, man, it's a great topic tonight. So, fellas, man, well, Mr. Prozac, we're going to start it off, man, with you, man. What you got going on, man?
How's it going, The name... Mr. Prozac and depression, because the only thing I be pressing are chicken sandwiches. That's the only thing I press. Sandwiches, the Cuban sandwich. But yeah, man, depression is live, it's real, especially like in the Black, it's everywhere, but our focus in the Black community because different things go on. Black men, a lot of them don't know how to express themselves. When it comes to depression, like they'll let any little fluke, like something financial, they can lose a job and, they just automatically fall in depression. But then they put on the front, making it seem like everything is okay. But next thing you know, they're lashing out at their spouse, the kids, their job, whatever. So, I mean, it's just something that we need to stay on top of and stop. Well, I'm not against medicine. I'm holistic healing, but there's different ways to help yourself out. So, what you got, Coach?
Right.
What's going on, everybody? It's truly wonderful to be in the land of the living. I'm glad to be here. I am glad to be here on this panel, man. We talk about self-development, man, and depression. Today, we're talking about depression, and we know that depression is real. Whether you've been through it or you're going through it, somebody been through it, but it is here, and we're going to talk about that. What up, Van T? But, depression, I can remember a time where I went through it, but as I should self-develop, I know how to handle it. I know how to face it, so we can't be afraid to work on the things we need to work on to be in a different place in our lives. Because guess what? Life is going to show up all the time. Life is going to show up, but are we going to show up for life? What you going to do about it? Are you going to dwell in your depression? When something happens, you going to dwell in it? That's something we can't do, man. So I'm looking forward to see what everybody got, what perspective you're gonna have on this topic. Depression, man, is real. What up, Mike?
What up, everybody? It's good to be back. Coach, I swear I missed that last week. Just hearing you start off. Good to be back. Hey, but you know the subject. I don't know if you guys know it, but every 30 seconds around the world, somebody commits suicide due to depression. And there's a lot of different reasons for depression. But if y'all remember all the different topics that we talked about, when we talked about PTSD, Men's Health Month, everything, one of the symptoms is depression. So depression is actually just like the silent killer. It's just like having hypertension. It's there. People know it's there, but nobody talks about it. And you got people that are suffering, and they're suffering alone because I've been guilty of telling about, man, get yourself up, get it together. You can do this. Why you got your head down? But the thing is, I didn't understand everything that was about depression at the time. So I can't approach somebody like that now because it's something that you can get into, and there's so many different reasons that you can fall into depression. The problem is getting out of depression because everybody gets sad every once in a while for something. That's just a normal emotion. But depression is, what did you say? It's attacking your mood. It's getting to the point where you can't function. And if it lasts for more than 2 weeks, you could clinically be diagnosed as having manic depression. Even not PTSD, bipolar disorder. Before it became bipolar disorder, it was called manic depression because that's what it is. Your mood gets down so low that you're ready to kill somebody, but then a few minutes later, you might be so high that you don't even know what's happening to yourself. Those extreme mood swings. So
You know, it's
depression
one of
is
the,
serious.
you know, it's one of the number one things in depression that causes it.
What?
Erectile dysfunction, ED.
Hey,
Can't choke it, can't put it up, can't
Hey.
do nothing.
See, man, you gotta be
remember
kidding
we
me,
had
man.
that topic. We had
Hey,
that
man,
topic.
if
That
you got a
trauma.
recap, I'm gonna give y'all some free game, fellas. If it ain't getting up, get you some cucumbers and watermelon rinds. I promise you won't have a problem in this world, man. Everything will be A-OK.
Like that, honey.
Hey,
That's
let me write that shit down.
Oh, man.
That's what
You
it
say
is.
what?
Yeah, I said, let me write it down. Make sure I don't forget.
Yeah, man. Healthy living, healthy eating. But they say on this new thing on Instagram, it say if God didn't make it, don't take it, man.
Yeah, that's it.
But
Seeds. You need stuff with seeds.
a
in it,
lot
right?
of things, Yeah, everything with seeds in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another thing too, right there. Just that alone. I'm glad you said that. But everything that we eat, the foods we eat, the things we intake, man, we got to understand that depression, it comes about in many ways. They, in the terminology of what they said in Wikipedia back in the day, yeah. But nowadays, we've come to realize, study shows that your food can cause you to be depressed. Not just some event that happened in your life, some stressful event that happened in your life, but your food can make you depressed because it takes you through all of these changes, makes your body change. And we really need to start realizing that it takes 24 hours to digest one meal. So if you're steady giving your body things to do, making it work, it's not giving it time to digest that one meal. How do you think your mindset is going to react to that? That's a part of depression right there. If you find yourself overeating, you find yourself laying around too often, just thinking of overthinking. That's a part of the depression stage that it might just come about, man. So we gotta stay active. We have to stay less with less food in our bodies. We have to start being mindful of reading the right material. Because if you steady look at this news, y'all already know the news is going to tell you everything that's bad in life. If you steady talking about, I'm just staying up on current events. All the current events are negative. That's what the news puts out. Nothing but negative current events. So we do have to understand, man, there's many ways that you can start paying attention to the way you can catch depression in the early stages. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that we really need to start looking at as men, man, because I promise you, everybody's putting expectations on us, but nobody's trying to be a partner in this expectation thing. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta, if you can't find you somebody who's gonna be a partner, you don't need to be with these people, because if you're gonna be the main person whose the burden is always on, that'll depress you in its own right.
That's right.
If everything is on you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta figure out the next move for the family. You gotta make sure the finances in the house. See, that's what a lot of people don't understand about men. We have to make sure that everything around us runs smoothly. You know what I'm saying? While children can be children and wives can be wives.
Right.
But the man has to make sure that the bread is coming in one way or another. That's a guarantee. Just like Chris Rock said, men are only looked upon when he doing something.
Mm-hmm. What he could do, what he could bring to the table.
Yeah.
But you know, they used to say that they were saying that this depression was a woman's disease. You know, because of femininity, and that's what's wrong with a lot of men are afraid to express themselves because they think it make them look like girly or feminine. You know, so I'd like to share with somebody, you know, today that it's okay. It's okay to show, but I think what's important is not to stay in it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel it and keep going. Mm-hmm. You know, because like I keep saying, life gonna show up, man. What you gonna do? You got to do something about it. You got to take some initiative. My favorite word, initiative. You got to take some initiative to make some changes about some things. If it may be just your eating, if it may be just if you getting up and walking in the morning. You know, Saturday I went and rode a bike for 2 hours. I was like, nice. I was like, wow, man, that's somebody. And you know, I got my own little cruising club, cruising with KD, but I had stopped. You know, so that's the thing, the consistency, man. Yeah. The consistency about change and getting better. That'll keep us from being depressed, man. When things show up in life. You know, because it's inevitable. It's inevitable that something's going to come up that could bother you or change your mood. The lick is don't stay stuck in it. Mm-hmm. You know, redirect yourself. Redirect your thoughts, and that comes from a lot of what you put in.
Problem solving. See, a lot of things that I like for everybody to understand. If you don't have a solution-based mindset, you might become depressed because it's no problems. Like this person I be speaking to back and forth on WhatsApp. She said, "You got a problem." I said, "No, man. I've never had since in my new state of mind, I've never had a problem. I just didn't know how to I just didn't know how to come up with the solution to what I was going through at that time. But that was way before I learned self-development though. But like a lot of us, we don't understand. We look more at the problem than we do the solution. Mm-hmm. Instead, figure it out before you get to a point to where you can't. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like when we was growing up, you know, like Mike, he was in the army, and then, you know, Alejandro, he was in the martial art, in the fraternity. Me and Coach, we was down there taking ourselves through a situation when we could have solved the problem and been in the fraternity or been in the service. But we was going through, we was letting life beat us up. So we took on to the drugs, we took on to the alcohol. We accepted what life was giving us instead of giving life what we had to offer them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of us, man, we hear these songs, we go through things in the household, and then we don't even take advantage of the knowledge that we have. It's like the story goes, there were two brothers and a drunk father. One brother didn't drink and the other brother did. And they asked, "Why didn't you drink?" "Because I seen what my father did, what it did to my father." The other brother said, "Why do you drink?" "Yeah, I see what it did to my father." They both got the same answer, but it's all about perception, man. So how you perceive things in this world could stop you from being in that state of mindset, being into the depressed state, may I say. So we all have to come together, man. Ask your brother, man. It's like, instead of saying, hey, king and hey, queen, say, hey, sister, hey, brother. You might get more of a bond with somebody if you call him a brother. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the saying goes, am I my brother's keeper?
Yes,
and we got to get back to that. Back in the day, in the 60s, that's all it was. Hey, sister, soul power, you know what I'm saying? It was that. And we felt more together. But if everybody's a king, now you're going to feel like you got to be the ruler of your kingdom, of a kingdom, or of y'all situation. That's why I stopped saying it, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I started paying attention to what I was saying, because it's like, now everybody can't be a king. Yeah. I listened to Charles the White one time. He said, now, God, if everybody's a king and a queen, where was the gestures? Where was the little, the people who was under? Everybody couldn't be a king and a queen. You know what I'm saying? You had to. Who were they ruling? More kings and more queens? No. So you got to you got to speak these words accordingly. You know what I'm saying? So when we figure out how this really works, which is looking within, figuring out who you are every day, reflecting on how did you respond every day, then we can start addressing people accordingly. And like we got to say, like we say in a life and health coaching class, meet people where they at, man. You know.
Right.
So why do we?
And you know that there's a lot of.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask the question. Why is it not recognized?
I was waiting on you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Why is it not recognized? What?
Why depression?
What's not recognized?
Why is it not commonly recognized? Like, are we good at hiding it? Is it not there? Do we not? You know, that's one of my questions. Why?
Because you got to remember, Coach. Remember this right here. When you was young, what they tell you when you cry? Cut that crying out.
Yeah, bet not cry.
Bet not cry.
I'm give you something to cry
get yourself up. Get yourself up and dust yourself off.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't make me give you something to cry up.
That's
it. Yeah, we was told to be quiet.
People that are the most, but people that are the most negative mindset, people with the most negative mindset, are the ones that are more susceptible to depression, because they already seeing the glass half empty. They don't think positive, and that's one of the things that leads to depression, because every problem that comes at you is just more. It's just like putting a bit more on the pile. It's just piling more stuff onto it to the point where you can't figure out how to get out from under it. And then you got people like Robin Williams. Y'all know who Robin Williams was? The comedian?
Yeah.
Don't tell me y'all don't know Robin Williams.
Yeah,
exactly. That was one of his movies. He was one of the All right, damn. Thanks, Coach. But Robin Williams was one of the funniest comedians out there.
He had depression.
And he ended up committing suicide behind depression. But his whole life was spent making everybody laugh. So nobody ever expected that this man who has me laughing my guts out is going through depression. Nobody ever thought that. And the most recent one that I can remember is Twitch, the DJ that used to work with Ellen DeGeneres. Every day he hyping people up. And what happens? He goes home one day after work and kills himself. So it's not easy to see depression. It's not like, people, they got more sympathy for somebody who has a broken arm or a broken leg, because you can actually see the injury. So now you can sympathize with that person because you know what they're going through. They don't even realize it. They just think, oh, I'm sad, I'm just down, I just don't feel like doing something, not realizing that if it continues for 2 weeks or more at a time, you are actually in a state of depression. And that's when you got
Yeah,
to
man,
actually go and seek
and we
help.
got to realize too now. Look at this statistic. More middle-aged men
Okay, come
have
in.
depression. More middle-aged black men have more depression than any other race there is.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, because it goes back to what Mike said. You raised up in a negative household. A lot of us are in toxic households and don't even know they're toxic. You getting pressure put on you. Billy Carson said when he was 12 years old, his father told him, "All right, boy, it's time to pay some bills, or you got to get out." At 12,
Come on.
come on, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but see, you got to remember something though. You might got a mother that's on drugs. You got a father that's not there. You got a brother that's driving your mama into a money pit hole because he's steady going to jail. You got to remember, it's more than just black and white and man, everything is fine. You got these gray areas that's holding us into a state to where, damn, bro, how can I get out of it?
Yeah.
You're not even understanding. Then you have a lot of children who are too privileged. And they are overcompensated with love. You would never think you can overlove a child, but you can overlove a boy. You know what I'm saying? You see all these mothers overloving their sons when they don't even need to do that, because for the simple reason, society is going to put them in their place. Now he's coming home thinking that, oh, mama, they did this and they did that. So she ain't even explaining it correctly because she can't explain it from a man's point of view. All she can tell him is from a nurturing point of view. So his mindset is on, man, they ain't like you, mama. No. Yeah, and you're not interacting. And then the mama's so overloving, she's not letting nobody chastise her son. How many times have y'all seen that?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yep.
Nobody can't touch
A man can't chastise a growing man.
Right.
But yet still, you want him to be a man, to grow up to be a man? How you gonna do that? When he can't even take criticism from a man, or he can't even get chastised by another man. See, that don't make sense to a man, right? But to a woman, that makes all the sense in the world. So you got all these single mothers out here. And we seeing the effects of it, because now we got a lot of boys who want to be girls.
Yeah.
You overloving these boys. You treat these dudes, you treat your sons like, you treat your sons the way you wouldn't even, the same way you wouldn't even, the same dude you wouldn't even mess with in the streets, but that's how you raising your son. Exactly. You wouldn't even mess with that type of dude that you raising your son to be. But you want your son to be this sensitive, caring, understanding, loving. Nah, man, you don't even mess with them type of dudes. So why would you raise your son to be that type of dude?
They don't know any better.
How does that work?
That's all it is.
Exactly. So now, when this boy gets to a certain age, then he's starting to get beat up by the world. So how do you think he's making him feel? He's sad because mom ain't there. He's going through his own thing because ain't nobody there to give him that guidance to say, hey, man, nah, little brother, this how it goes. So that's why we got to be them men that we were back in the day, them 70s and 80s, to where we grab little dude, say, hey, look out, little brother. Let me explain this to you, man. I don't know who told you. I don't know who told you how this goes. So he don't grow up to be what you call it, manic depressive. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A manic depression.
Yeah.
Yeah, because see, either you make him too tough, then he gonna be a killer, or you make him too soft, and then he's gonna be somebody's girl.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be one of the other.
Yeah, we outside, man. We gotta talk to these little brothers when we see them doing something they ain't got no business.
That's right. We can't be afraid to speak to them. Not afraid, but we got to take the initiative again. Take initiative, to speak to them at any given time. Like before, we got to be proactive. Don't wait till something happens. Don't wait till the shootings happen. Don't wait till they killing people, and don't wait till they getting locked up. We got to get in front of this thing, man, and start now. Be aware of all depression, not just the choices that they make. You know, be accountable for what they're doing, even starting in the classroom, even at home. You know, so if they're not aware of what they're doing and what path they're going down, by us sharing, then, you know, they're going to keep going. They're going to be on the path of destruction.
Yeah, because they're not thinking about consequences. Not at all.
Not at all.
You know, I put a post up
I
a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Now, I was saying this right here, even as children, you got a late reaction, Mike. Your microphone, your microphone will be coming in late, Mike. You got to look at that microphone of yours. But I wrote this down, man. It was like even children are exposed to more violence than normal, bro. All the victimizations and exposure to violence in Black kids are exceedingly high. You know, Black children are twice likely to be sexually abused than white kids. So we have to understand that part too, man. Sexual abuse, the rate of violence, all of these things go inside with each other, man. They coincide with each other. So we can't be just sitting up here allowing our kids to listen to certain songs, allowing them to watch certain programs. Because if you sit there and let your child be on Fortnite all day, all he thinking about is when I get a real gun, I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you take that away from them, now they mad. Now they going through a stage of anger. And, you know, anger and depression, it goes together, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, Mike.
Now, I was saying that a few days ago, I put a post up about spanking, and I was asking yay or nay as far as who thinks whether that should be brought back, spanking kids or not. And the majority of the men all said yay. Everybody's like, yeah. Not all of them said it, but most of them. Then a couple of the women were also agreeing, saying, yeah, we should bring it back. But for the most part, one guy said, well, because of the parents, our parents, they were on the receiving end of those spankings, and then we were. So that taught us to be the way we are now. But because we're sparing the rod, the children are being spoiled. And at the same time, so I asked, I say, so what would you think the best solution is to change the problem? So he said, well, it's life consequences, real life consequences, because that's the only other option. If you can't discipline your kids to do things or to respect others or themselves, life is the only thing that's going to change that. So now you're either laying in a grave or you're sitting somewhere in jail.
Yeah, that's the best teacher, man.
But the lessons that life can teach,
because let me tell you like this right here.
Harsh.
Let me tell you like this right here. My mama beat me. My mama whooped me. She gave me whoopings. But as soon as, because see, back then they used to always tell you, oh, when you're 18, you're grown. You know, I don't know what they say now, but I quit whooping my kids for one simple reason. Every whooping she gave me, I'll accept it and go right back and do the same thing. But me going to jail, I got tired of going to jail. Some kids might go to jail that one time and be like, say, I don't even want to see jail ever again. And some kids might just keep going back because they thinking that's the routine until they find out that, hey, man, you got to allow, because the thing, we were only whooped because that's what the slave masters did to our grandparents. And that's what mama and them thought was going to get us in line. But that didn't get us in line. I was hard-headed. I didn't care how many whoopings I got. If you tell me you're going to give me a whooping, I'm bracing my mindset. It's already like, shit, I'm going to get this whooping. I'm going to take that. I'm back outside tomorrow. I'm cool. Then that's when she said, "Oh, these whoopings ain't doing nothing for you no more. Now you got to stay in the house and read these books." So then that got me onto another page of, okay, now I'm getting smart. I'm in the house, I'm reading, but my mind is on going outside. But at the same time, I didn't realize until later that the staying in the house and making me do work, schoolwork and lessons and reading books, that got me to this point to where I can say, hey, man, I'm in the wrong place. I'm doing the wrong things. So it's not punishment to whoop a child no more, because these kids are smart, bro.
Yeah.
Whipping them ain't gonna do nothing, because that was a slave mindset that our parents had, that they saw. So I don't think whooping is the key no more. I think it is to sit them in the house and make them read books.
Take away
because
what
if you're gonna
like.
go to jail,
take away what they like. You got to take the social media from them now. You got to take the phones and the Xbox and the what it is, the gaming system, and put.
But when you take it away, you got to place something. You got to put something in its place, though.
Exactly. That's what I said. Put the book in their hand. Take it away and put the book in their hand. Because I know a young man. He had his what it is, the PS5 taken away from him, right? Mama took it away from him and locked it in the car. Wherever she put it at, he wakes up in the middle of the night, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and go get it.
Yeah.
Go break in and get it again, you know. So that's how bad they want those gaming systems now. So that's I think those are the things that straighten them up a little bit, you know. So
yeah, but if he went and did that, then what's your next step? Take the game over to your auntie house. See, that's I wouldn't even did none of that. I ain't locking nothing up.
That's right.
Because what I'm gonna do is, if I see you on it again, I'm taking it to the pawn shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't gonna never have it. If you touch it again, I'm taking it. It's sold. I'm selling it. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna even play that game where you going to get it out of my car. You ain't gonna get nothing out of my car. If you stealing, I'm gonna call the police on you, going to jail. Like we said a while ago, life lessons gonna teach you way better than a whooping wheel. Mm-hmm. I got whoopings all day, bro. I got extension cords, switches, shoes, whatever she wanted to whip me with. Fresh out the tub. Man, that was temporary. That made me tough on the outside, where I can take a lick outside. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I got whooping all the time, homeboy. You ain't doing nothing. Put your hands on me. You ain't gonna you practicing, bro. I can take a beating. Mama beat me to death. Yeah, that ain't nothing. So now that made me want to go do dangerous stuff in the neighborhood, because I feel like I done conquered that whooping stuff at the high. Let me see what I can do out here in these streets. Not understanding that I was depressed, man. Because when you find yourself going routes that's not normal routes. My little cousin, I'm gonna tell you, boy, I wanted to be the biggest Crip nigga in the hood. Everything was blue. All my homeboys spoke with nothing but C's. We didn't speak with B's. Everything about us was, you see us coming. It don't be nothing like about 2 or 3 of us. We ain't deep. It's all we don't need a lot of us. But the thing is, when we coming through, you already feel our presence.
That's right.
And we wasn't even happy about life, but we was smiling every day because we was high, we was drunk, we finna go tear something up if you get in our way. We already had a destructive mindset. Yeah. Everything about us was destruction, was depression. I mean, it was depression.
Was we covering up something? Because I can remember doing those same things, man. We were really just covering up something, man. And to think about coming from a good home and you still depressed. You got almost everything you want. For me, you know, coming up with my mother and father in the house and the youngest of 3, I still was missing something, you know, and searching for something, you know, and thought I could find it in the street. Thought I could find it in being hard or womanizing. Those are the things that when I say I was merely existing, man, I didn't care. I had no direction. When I was taught to have direction, I was taught to go and really, I believe, and that's why I often say right now, when life show up, are you gonna show up for life? So my life would show up, but I would sweep things under the rug. I wouldn't try to get to the root of the problem, and things would just build on and build on and build on. So in order to cover up the depression, I had a life of sin, really, a life of sin of just drinking, drugging, and partying and womanizing, just keeping my mind busy so I wouldn't feel depressed about not making it to the NFL, being depressed and not finishing school. So until I started a life of self-development, man, that's how I was able to capture those things. You know how they say, I want back everything the devil stole from me. No, I don't want what he stole. I want something brand new. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go in a different direction and establish myself like this. You get what I'm saying? So I got to see what I want. I had to see myself down the road to get out of that pit. You got to be able to get out of that pit, man. And you got to have your eye on the prize, So it's real. Depression is real, and it's happened to the best of us. We can try to cover it up as much as you want. Try to cover it up as much as you want, but it's there. And a lot of times it starts with sadness. Or sometimes it starts with irritability. You're irritated and frustrated about things, But it's okay. Yeah, I appreciate you, Lester Young. I'm trying to talk to him about getting on next week. So that's a guy that, is a pretty good guy, man.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. But life, man. Depression is a part of life.
Yeah.
But there's a way out.
That's right.
There's a way out. I promise you there's a way out. And a way to recognize it. And we need, and I think it's imperative that we learn how to recognize it in our brother. You know what I'm saying? We got to be able to recognize it because he ain't going to tell it. Most oftentimes, he's not going to tell it. Our cousin, our first cousin, our second cousin, our co-worker.
Right.
Any men that you encounter, most often than not, they're not going to let you know what's going on. They're going to say, oh, man, I'm just tired, man. That's the favorite word. I'm just tired, But in reality, you're tired of life almost.
Yeah, I was going to say, but you're tired, but what are you tired from?
Yeah.
Right.
Everything
they
is
try to blame it on work.
Right. And I'm a prime example of you can grow up with everything, the two-parent household, having, whatever it is that you want, not wanting for anything, and still be a product of depression.
Yeah.
So it's I got to the point where I would just smoke a little bit of weed a lot of the time. And it's like,
right. Yeah, I'm just taking a hit. I'm just take a hit here and there, man. I'm just hitting here and there, huh? Yeah, everywhere I go, I'm gonna take a hit. Yeah, it's just here and there. Oh man, I feel that, brother. I feel that. I promise you, I feel that, man. Because we search for answers, and it seems like our parents can't give us the right answer.
Right.
Two-parent household. My mom, well, the thing is, they give you the right answer, but at that time in your life, that's not how you're going to comprehend it.
Right. Yeah. It ain't what you need.
Right. They gave you the answer that was the best answer because they thinking from a logical state at their age. But when I'm 19, I can't think on their logical stage because that's not how I see it. It might be the right answer for me, but I can't see it like that. So that's how I can't comprehend what you're saying, Mom, because I can't think on your level. I haven't been through all of those experiences that you have.
Yeah.
So I can't see what you're saying to me. But then when you get older, what do you say? Damn, man, my mom told me a lot of good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everything she said was true.
That's why, that's why it's imperative. That's why us, black men, That's why the ones that have done some self-development, the ones that have done some work inside and out, we got to go to the young man and let him know, meet him where he at, because we can relate to him. We can relate to him. That's why I look forward to Lester Young coming on, man, and speaking about how he go into the juvenile homes, the juvenile facility. Right. So we hopefully he could get on next week or whatever. But even in my school, man, I have to be able to tell the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we sugarcoating things and not really telling them the reality. So what happens is they continue on their path and they become stuck. Mm-hmm. They become stuck. Their mindset is not evolving. It's not growing. And they become like, I could name several, that not growing in the mind because maybe because their environment, or maybe because they don't have an outlet to speak to someone. And sometimes it's challenging to get to them, to get their attention.
But like I said it before, brother, I say this right here all the time. A lot of parents feel like they don't understand what their kid going through. I say, you must didn't go through nothing. You must have been a perfect child. Because if you can't relate to what these young people going through right now, that means you so high on your horse to where you feel like can't nobody, oh no, I'm smart. You got to be kidding me, man.
Yeah.
If you wasn't a mischievous child, then I get it. I understand. But half of us as men, we all went through our dirt of stealing something from a store. We done had them fights. We done did our part. Don't forget who you were as an 8-year-old.
That's right.
Reflect on your life. That way you can give a 18-year-old answer at the age of 50 or whatever.
That's right. That's how you do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Say that part again, because I don't think they get that.
Reflect on who you were at their age and the mindset that you had. That way you can give them a their age answer.
Wow.
Instead of giving your answer. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to reach people where they at, man. Mm-hmm. And you can't go around here and start giving advice to a child in a 50-some-year-old mindset because they not going to relate to you. But if you go in there and say, man, look at Young Thug right now. He going through this, bro. He going through that, bro. Talk to them like they talk to their friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Give them that same communication, but give them examples of the people that they listen to every day. Yeah. Say, boy, you see what happened to T.I., man. You see what happened to whatever, the Lil Uzi Vert, or you see what happened to Extension. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put a character that they see in their face.
That's right.
That they see every day. Who is his favorite artist? Actually, you got to talk to these young men. Who you listen to on the rap song, man? Oh, yeah. So you getting to know them before you start trying to give advice. Get to know who they are first.
You building rapport.
You building the rapport. And you can't go in there trying to tell them, oh, you don't do this because of this and this and this and this. You don't do that.
Right.
I've tried all that. I got 6 years.
You need to do that.
Right.
That's not gonna get it.
That don't work. That's not gonna work. That ain't gonna work.
It worked for us.
It didn't work for us. I don't know about you. It probably worked for you, but it ain't work for me.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
Because I need to do something. I did the opposite.
You told me, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because you're telling me you're not. And then when I come in the house and you don't know I'm in the house, you in there smoking, you in there drinking. But you told me don't smoke and drink, huh?
Yeah.
But I smell the weed. I see the wine bottles. What you want me to do?
I done took your cigarettes. You told me to go to the store and buy your cigarettes. I remember when they was go get me a pack of business heads. I'm going to get them because I want me one later. Hey, when you put them up, I'm going to get me one.
When you settle down, I'm pulling mine out. Yeah, and I'm finna go share the smoke with my friends.
Yeah, I'm taking the
So-
cigarettes at 12, but I don't understand why they vaping now at 13 to 14. That's crazy. I got to understand that's what you said. You got to relate to where they were.
Yeah.
You got to relate to who they are, man. Because a lot of times we sit back and we try to dialect the child's life from a 60 or 50-year-old point of view, and they looking at you like, bro, I'm only 18. I'm only 20 years old, bro. I don't know what you talking about.
It's like you can't feed a baby steak.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can give them a chicken bone, but you can't feed them steak.
That's it, man.
Yeah, for real.
But a lot of us don't understand that part of the game, though, man. And that's where we make mistakes at with our children nowadays, because we try to talk to them on our level.
Yeah.
And we can't speak on our level to a 19-year-old, a 16-year-old. We can't speak to them on that level. You got to get on their level.
Yeah.
Them boys made a song about it. Get on my level.
Yeah.
Get on my level.
Yeah.
That's right. So we gotta get away from the aspect of wanting to be the tough guy about that depression. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to be strong. I get that. We don't want nobody to see us in a depressed state. But the thing about it is, you end up in a bad place. You end up suicidal. We already see that it's 75 to 80% of all people that's commit suicide in the U.S. It's men. You get what I'm saying? That's a man doing that when we supposed to be leading.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When we were supposed to be establishing something and being an example. So that's why I say we got to be able to be our brother's keeper. You know, I believe in that. Be our brother's keeper. Call your brother. Check on your brother. You know, check on your cousin, man. You know, because even my older cousins, man, they showed me a lot. It showed me a lot of the bad way, though. And as I self-develop, they see it. It's evident in me. And I'm glad about that. That's why I always say it's truly wonderful to be in the land of the living, because I know I could have been dead several times over and over again. Should have been dead. But what I'm saying is a truly a wonderful place to understand that the evidence of my growth is seen. Right. So not only I don't go to them and try to tell them. I say, this is what I've done. This is what I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they gonna still sometimes want to be the big guy or big cousin. I'm like, man, it's okay, man. You still my big cousin. You know, that's what we gotta let them know. Reinforce that. Okay, yeah, you good. You know, but sometimes they're not gonna express it. Sometimes we got to know how to pull it out of them, man. Because
there you go. That's what I was gonna ask you. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you.
Because you can't say how you doing, man. Yeah.
If you got one of your students at school, how do you ask them about depression? I mean, how do you pull out of them the answer that you need to find out? I mean, the way you can help them. So that's what y'all might can tell the teacher curriculum on how can we talk to these students about depression.
Yeah,
because depression is all throughout the schools nowadays, man.
Yes, and it is part of trying to fit in. You know, you want to fit in with the in crowd. You want to be remember the big man on campus. You know, so that's still going around, man. So the spending time with them. So early mornings and after school, not just during the class time. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't gonna get the answers that you need because they're fully aware of their surroundings, and so you're gonna want to be tough. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, hey man, and not only in the school or the young people, but it's in employment in the workplace. In the work environment, there are men in the work environment that want to be stand up like they got it going on, like everything all right. But in all actuality, they ain't making enough money or the bills.
Right.
Yeah.
So it happens, bro.
Yeah.
It happens, and we got
like-
to be able to talk to them.
It's like they use it for a cover up. Like I mentioned to y'all last week.
Yeah.
I have a guy that worked for me. He liked to talk about different things that he have. Like, you know, he has 3 different cars. He has like a Lexus, a Porsche, and a Honda. But you work for somebody.
Yeah,
Like,
that's when you lack substance, man. When you got to put your material things out, you're a depressed person. I feel like that anyway.
Yeah.
If you on social media every time with 15 chains on, I feel like you depressed, man. You going through something that nobody knows about.
yeah.
You know?
I mean, you remember when Kanye West said it? I couldn't leave my house with at least one of my watches. Like, yeah.
You feel
He
me?
was going through.
Yeah. And that's what we get. And that's what we got to get these new guys. They want to wear these diamond necklaces. It's like, bro, diamonds lose value when you put it on jewelry. Diamond lose the value.
Yeah.
You don't your same diamond, if it was uncut in your hand, is way more valuable than it is on a Rolex watch.
Yeah.
And that's what we, as black men, we got to start putting that into a perspective. It's like, you know, say, look, man, you ain't got to wear all that chain. You're not a rapper. And if you are a rapper like Ice Cube, you ain't never seen Ice Cube with a chain, a big jewelry on, nothing like, unless, you know, when they first started, the Dookie rope chains, but his wasn't even that big back then because the jewelry is not going to define who I am. I want you to hear this substance that I got coming out of my mouth. So that I want you not to be, that's like I had made a post that says, at least if you know, things that I post, I wanted to at least reach somebody. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to be looking at my post and thinking it's just about comedy, or you thinking it's about pimping and hoeing. I want you to be like, say, nah, I got to put some thought process into this. You know, oh man, how can I change my world? How can I change my life? Because everybody want more, but they don't want to go through the work and through the steps to get more.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it.
You know, because it's not going to be an overnight thing. Yeah.
Nobody wants to go through the process, man. We're living in a microwave society, and you want what you want, and you want it now.
Yeah.
Anything that's worth having, you got to work for it, and you got to go through the process. That's point blank. I don't see any way different. But that is a big problem in today's society. Nobody wants to go through the process.
And the post that I made the other day, that was from Brother Nuri Muhammad. He says, it's not what you profess, it's what you practice.
I saw that. I like that.
Yeah.
Right.
What you doing? It ain't what you talking about, what you doing.
What are you doing every day?
That's what people see.
What are you practicing to be every day? Yeah. Now, I listen to Nuri Muhammad more than I listen to Farrakhan, because Nuri Muhammad, you know, he studied Farrakhan, but his teachings are more Midwestern. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I seen him.
Yeah. With the waves going to the side.
Yeah, he pretty deep.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
he pretty.
Yeah,
deep.
he got some great books, man. You need to check out, man. Because we need more people like that to teach us on a you know. I forgot. I should have wrote down what he said. Farrakhan say how to describe a perfect man. You know, women always ask how I find a perfect man, how I find a real man. So he said the Lord's Prayer. You know what I'm saying? That's what a perfect man is right there.
Oh.
I couldn't break it down like he did. I should have wrote it down so I could have gave you the direct breakdown. But if you go to this podcast called Hardly Initiated, he breaks it down on Hardly Initiated, man.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my word.
Yeah.
Hardly Initiated. Well, you know that's one of my favorite words. Initiate.
Hardly Initiated. Yeah. Initiate. Yeah.
Boy,
Intentional. Yeah.
How did I found out what that word really meant, I was stuck, man.
Yeah.
Kiki say, what is his
Now
name
that's
again?
what
Nuri Muhammad, ain't it?
Nuri Muhammad. Yeah. Yeah,
What
Nuri
up?
Muhammad, man. He in the building.
Kiki got a new
Yeah,
picture
Nuri
up.
Muhammad. Yeah. Yeah, Kiki ain't playing with y'all, man. Kiki down there doing her thing.
You like money.
Eating peanut butter naked. Yeah, eating peanut butter naked in the kitchen at 2 in the morning.
Wow.
That's it. That's what's up, man.
Kiki talking about the single life. The single life. Something she said about the single life is when you're eating peanut butter off the spoon at 2 in the morning in the kitchen, but naked.
That's what it do.
Not a
Ain't
word
worried
of
about
word.
That
that.
would be me. Yeah,
Ain't
guilty
worried
as
about
charged.
that.
I sure me some peanut butter. Put me a peanut butter sandwich together. I don't even need no jelly. Just give me a peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's the best way to eat it, huh, Kiki? Right out the jar. But man, this here topic right here, man, it reaches home because I stayed in a hotel, man, for a long time when I called myself a drug dealer. You know, I would sell drugs out of one room while I lived in the next room, right next 2 doors down from my room. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want to sleep, I'd go down there and go to sleep. Nobody knew I was down there. But if I was ready to hustle, I go right back in my room and keep the door cracked. You know, yeah, let you know, man, it's on. Business is open. Cause I know the hotel jumping, you know. And you would have never known that unless you really was my friend.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
And a lot of people used to look at me because like you say, Mike Twitch was around there smiling, making people happy. You know, Robin Williams, he making people happy. But deep down inside, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know if the police finna kick my door in. I ain't know nothing. I was just there existing. I wasn't living, but I was existing every day.
Yeah.
Just so I could get to this point to where I'm at right now, because I was in a state of mindset that I had to be inebriated every day to deal with this bullshit that I'm going through.
Wow.
Yep.
That's big,
Not
man.
understanding that, find out the root cause of the problem and solve it. Period.
Yeah.
That's it.
It wasn't money because I was making the money.
That's it.
It was not knowing what to do with the money.
Wow. That's big.
You know what I'm saying?
It takes a lot to be able to share that, man, you know, and to understand. But that took self-development. That's where self-development came in. To be able to.
Well, at that point in life, I didn't know about self-development at all.
Right.
All I knew about was going to grab me some more money. And eventually thinking that the money was going to get me out of my situation. But when you don't know what to do with the money you get, so you go back into that depressed state of going to get more alcohol, going to get more drugs, you're going to get more weed, more powder, more PCP. You're going to get more things that's going to stimulate you from being depressed. You're thinking that the drugs are taking you from the depression when the drugs are keeping you in the depression.
Ha! Come on.
Exactly.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, the drugs are keeping me here. But I thinking in my mindset, oh, I'm out here selling dope. I'm making this money. If I make $1,000 before my time frame, I would go right back. I'd be like, you know what, man, let me go score again, and then let me go give me some more PCP, let me give me some more cocaine, or I go hang out with my cousin because he was the cocaine man. So I go hang out with him just to get free cocaine. You know? And you know where all the drug holes is when you depressed. When you depressed, you know where I know where to go find me some more coke. I know where to go find me some more PCP. My boy them, I know they down there smoking a stick right now. I got $50, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna save my 50. I'm gonna see if they smoking already. But if they not smoking, I'm gonna tell them, bro, I got 50 on it. And you know when you go to somebody who doing what you do, Y'all both finna patch up the 50. Now y'all got $100 worth of dope to go use, not sell, to use. Because I got me an ounce or a half ounce in the room, broke down already, ready to be sold. But right now, all I want to do is get high so I can deal with my problems, thinking that I'm dealing with problems when I'm creating more problems.
Running in circles. Running in circles.
I'm running in circles.
You gotta listen to the song by Jonathan McReynolds, Circles. Cycle.
Got me
Not
going
circles.
in
Got to
circles.
go in circles.
Not that way. I'm like cycle. I ain't mean circles, I meant
That's
cycles.
the same, hey, that's the same thing.
Pretty much.
If she got him going in circles, that's a depression too. Cause men get depressed off of women too, man. We be thinking we got the baddest one, and then she finally show us who she is. It's like the representative is over.
Yep.
Oh, they'll see the
we can't
representative now. I done been through that a lot. They'll see the representative to get what they want.
Yeah.
And the representative flower.
Yeah, man. But that's why you see so many young people doing, popping Percocets, because they boys make these songs about it. And that's why you see these kids on these drugs, man, because that's how they cope with their depression.
And that's why most
like
of the Prozac that in the pills.
Yeah, Prozac was a drug. Prozac was something they was taking back in the day too, bro, on a regular.
Yeah.
What? That wasn't like a one-time thing. That Prozac back then was the Percocets and the Xannies right now.
That's it, boy.
Man, yeah. So we really need to, understand what these children are going through, because we went through it, man. I know some of us, somebody in your neighborhood or somebody in your family was on drugs real bad. But all we could say, look at that crackhead, or look at this junkie. We didn't understand what they was going through. All you got to do is stop. Who told you that? Ain't nobody gonna just stop. This is keeping me sane. If I stop, I'm gonna kill somebody.
So
if y'all stop, I stop doing this right now. Yeah, from the doctor. That 80s fix. You hear me, Kiki, for real. That Prozac was that 80s fix.
Yeah, because you got to think about it. They had some people, you already know, you heard it before. Stop playing crazy. Like, I'm not playing crazy. I'm trying to play normal.
That's it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Because we were so caught up, man, in trying to be more than what we had knowledge of. Let me say that. We were trying to do more than what we were trying to be more than what we had knowledge of. We didn't know. It's like a lot of people right now. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of women out here right now. They want the nigga who's already accomplished, but they didn't see him. They didn't see him in the hotel room doing drugs.
Yeah.
Or they didn't see him sleeping in his car when nobody would let him in the house. Okay. They didn't see that part. But all they want is that polished, finished. Oh, it looked good to me. Yeah. That's what they want. But not understanding that man was going through a depression that was so heavy that you really couldn't get him out of it, because you couldn't even talk to him out of
it. Yeah. He almost shouldn't have been
here. Yeah. None of us should be depressed because we got life. Like you say, glad to be in the land of the living. I can appreciate that statement, because now I know I get to wake up and get another opportunity at it every day. But when you got somebody who don't know that the gratitude is from opening your eyes every day.
Every moment.
That's where your gratitude comes in at. Your gratitude, yeah, exactly. A lot of them, man. A lot of women want the man for the wrong. They have an agenda that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you got women, that's such and such, girl, he got such and such. It's like, say, man, I don't know what your agenda is, but I'm looking for something genuine. If we can't be cool, I need a friend. I don't need a girlfriend. I need a friend. Somebody I can tell my truth to without holding that against my head, holding it over my head. See, that's why another reason a lot of men are depressed, because soon as they tell the woman the truth, 2 months later, oh yeah, you still over there. Hey man,
Bringing it up.
Wait, what? Bringing it up for what? But you want the truth. But you look down on me that whole time that I told you that. But said, give me the truth. No, you don't want the truth. You want something that's gonna hold it over my head with. Instead of helping me through this situation, you'll hold it on top of my head. Like, hey man, yeah, man. Nah, man, don't do me like that. Keep me, keep me sane. Because I'm already going through something. If I can't keep a clear head, how are we going to get to another level?
Another level.
If I'm fighting you every day when I go outside and I got to fight them, why would I come back here?
Right.
Why would I go home? What you going home for? That's why you see people driving slow on the roads, man. It's like, bro, it's time to get out of work. I'm trying to rush home. I be weaving through traffic because I'm trying to get to the clear. Because I know I got a piece of mind at home. Yeah. So let me rush to the house. Let me hear him get to the house. I got a peace of mind right there.
Yeah.
Safe haven.
I heard these. Yeah, that's the rest haven, man. But as long as I'm outside, I got to deal with somebody else's nonsense, man.
Yeah. And then you got the ones who don't have that peace of mind at home, so they want to stay at work long.
Yeah.
I always tell them, I say, man, we going to happy hour.
Man. Sitting in the car hours after getting off work, no peace at home. Hey,
that's for real. Looking at social media in the car before you go in the house.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. There are people that seem so happy. They seem like they're so happy until they log out of social media.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the social media is
man. It's social media, but social media is the new drug for some of us though.
Oh, it is. And I was reading this thing the other day. You know, they have an age restriction when it comes to alcohol. And
right.
I think it was Jordan Peterson that was saying that, you know, they have an age limit when it comes to alcohol, but why not have an age limit when it comes to social media? Because the kid's mind isn't developed enough to like realize like, hey, this is too much. It's like they start to see that facade, they think that it's real. Yeah. So, you know, have a point in the house, like, hey, 7 o'clock, all the phones off.
That's why YouTube came up with YouTube Kids.
Yeah.
They understood the assignment. Social media, Facebook don't have a Facebook Kids.
No.
If you got an account, you in. And then all you gotta do is come up with a birthday.
Huh?
All you gotta do is come up with a birthday. If you 10, you ask your big brother or sister how old you is. What would you need my birthday for? Man, just give me your birthday. Yeah. Yeah. Social media, man, it's something else. That's the new drug for some of us, though, man. Even as adults.
Yes, sir.
You know, it ain't just a teenage thing. It's a grown person thing too.
And now they got Instagram.
We done put Instagram. That Instagram, Instagram. I got me an Instagram of that good. Yeah, I got Instagram. Yeah, man. But it's something else, bro. We gotta really help our brothers nowadays, man. You know, and help our sisters too. Yeah. Get them penthouse. Come on, Kiki, tell it. Playboy. Yeah. Hey, I had a briefcase full of Playboy Hustler. Don't forget Hustler now. Yeah.
Y'all trip, man.
That was my point. The Hustler magazine. Hustler had way better pictures than Penthouse and Playboy.
Absolutely.
Hustler. That was the Bang Brothers of the porn hood.
That was
Not
back
that I know
then.
it is, y'all. I don't know this. I don't know this, y'all. I'm just talking, though. Yeah, I'll be watching Pornhub. Some more addiction.
In some in some states, like they require for you to type in your birthday to make sure that you're old enough.
That's what I'm saying.
To log in a Pornhub.
That's when you ask your big cousin, say, man, what's your birthday? Ain't meaning nothing. But yeah, man, we steady. This is a good topic. That's how good it is, because I ain't looked at the time. Boy, I'm talking about the time. Man, the depression is real, y'all. We need to understand, man. You know. Yeah. Yeah, we really need to start paying attention to our friends, man, because a lot of people that we know are really going through a depression, and we really need, they might need a hug. They might need somebody to just, just sit with. A lot of times it's not even about the communication, man. It's about just showing you that I'm going to sit here with you. I'm going to be the one in the rain with you. You know what I'm saying? How many people going to be in the rain so we both hiding our tears, Wow. See, when you got a depressed friend, you need to try to find yourself a way to, show them that, hey, man, I'm here, man.
Just listen.
And then, Kiki, true enough, just listen. But sometimes they don't even want to talk, so you just sit there. And don't be in a rush to make them, express themselves. Sometimes say, man, I'm just here with you, bro. If whenever you do want to say something, I'm going to listen. But right now, I'm going to just sit here and be a part of your environment, man, because I want to be going through it with you, man. I'm the one going to be in the rain with you.
And that's something that a lot of men need.
Yeah. And they ain't going to tell you they need it.
Yeah.
They ain't going to tell you they need it.
Nah.
Like just today, my buddy from 40 years, he came by my house and showed me a electric bike, a little electric bike, man. He said, man, get on this right here. And we reminisced about riding bikes back in the day, man. I was like, boy, you don't know how much I needed that. Just put a smile on my face. It's a little, and hey, and the wheels ain't but 14 inches on the little electric bike. I was like, boy, I need me one of these. Like that. Checking on me.
Yeah.
The strong need checked on me.
That's right, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Because see, they thinking we got it together. They thinking everything is together, man. Yeah. Sometimes just someone's presence can make a difference. For real. That's true, man. You pull that up. Just the presence alone, man.
And not your presence, not the gifts, but your presence, your time.
Right.
That's what's up, man. This was a good one, though.
But say, man, it's been another amazing show. This one can be talked about over and over again because we go through it, man. We really see ourselves, and sometimes a lot of people don't grow through it. Sometimes a lot of people stay stagnant. Like KD says, stagnation stinks. But a lot of people don't want. You got to remember too. That's another thing. A lot of people love that pain.
Woo!
They love that pain, that attention. I get more attention if I'm depressed. They show me more affection if I'm in a sad state. Because when I'm happy and smiling, don't nobody say nothing to me. They think I'm all right. Mm-hmm. But my whole thing is, I'm gonna leave these words with y'all right here. Solution-based mindset, and never let the situation be bigger than your God.
Wow, I like that.
God in you. Yes, the God in you, man. Yeah, man.
I'm gonna go with.
Say, man, y'all take us out, Mr. Prozac. What you got, man?
I'm gonna say,
Mr. Prolific.
If it don't have seeds, it's not real weed. I'm saying depression is like being colorblind and
Wow.
constantly told how colorful the world is.
Depression is like being colorblind and what?
I said depression is like being colorblind and constantly told how colorful the world is.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Can't see it.
Yeah.
Can't see it.
I'm saying, just get to the root of the problem, man. Don't
Yeah.
stay stuck in it. Get to the root of the problem, because it's down deep.
Yeah.
You got to look within.
Yeah.
Ask yourself what part you played in it.
Mhm.
Get to the root of it and write it down.
Write it down. Yeah.
That'll work.
Mike.
That'll work. Well,
That's it, Kiki.
I'm gonna go out with something that's back on topic. So if you know anyone that's struggling or having thoughts of suicide, there's a suicide crisis lifeline. Phone number 988. And if you want to chat, there's a number 988lifeline.org. So if you don't want to call one of your friends, get the hotline.
Mike, they had another
That's
number
right.
too. It was 777-9311. Can't forget that one.
Nope.
You can't forget that one. If you grew up in the 80s, you knew that number by heart.
For sure.
Hey,
You ever try to dial it?
281-330. Hey, I know you remember this was Alejandro. 281-330. Hit Mike Jones up on the low. Man, y'all have a great evening, man. But we have to understand, man, depression is serious because a lot of people really do take things to heart and they overthink it, man. So, hey, man, till the next time, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Peace.
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 Yeah.